everyone, buckle up, because today we're diving into some seriously mind-bending stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking about divine resonance, faith, DNA, and the cosmic mind of God.
Ooh, that's a mouthful.
I know, right? But this book, it blends science and spirituality in ways you wouldn't believe.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So have you ever heard of junk DNA?
Yeah, vaguely.
Well, get ready to rethink everything you thought you knew. This book argues it's not junk at all. It's like a tuning fork, connecting us to something way bigger.
Okay, so not junk, but like a bridge to something else.
Exactly. And to help us unpack all of this, I've got an expert with me today.
Glad to be here.
All right, so let's dive right in. The main thing this book says is that faith, it's more than just believing, you know?
Right.
It's an actual force that can change reality.
Whoa, hold on.
I know, it's wild. And it connects faith to this idea of resonance.
Resonance.
Yeah, like aligning ourselves with a consciousness, a divine consciousness that's everywhere in the universe.
Okay, so I'm picturing like tuning into a radio frequency.
Exactly.
But instead of music, we're tapping into, I don't know, like the power of the universe.
That's a really good analogy. But what is this divine consciousness exactly? Is it like some mystical energy floating around?
Well, the book argues it's not some abstract concept. It's literally the fabric of reality.
The fabric of reality.
Yeah, it's present in everything, from tiny atoms to massive galaxies.
So like everything is connected.
In a way, yes.
Whoa, okay, so you're saying that everything around us is part of this divine mind, like even this microphone we're talking into.
Well, it's not like the microphone itself is thinking, you know,
Right.
but it's made of the same fundamental stuff, the same energy and consciousness as everything else.
And that's where our DNA comes in, right?
Yeah. The book says the key to tapping into this energy, to shaping reality, it lies within us, in our DNA.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. You know about junk DNA, right?
Yeah. The parts of our DNA scientists thought were useless.
Right, but this book, it says junk DNA isn't useless at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like dormant potential just waiting to be activated.
Activated by what?
By faith.
So we all have these superpowers locked away inside us.
Well, maybe not superpowers in the, comic book sense.
Right.
But by activating this junk DNA, we can resonate with the divine consciousness.
Okay, so by aligning our own frequency with the universe's frequency.
Exactly.
We can tap into a greater understanding of ourselves and the world.
Exactly. And maybe even influence it.
Wow. Okay, so if this junk DNA is so important, how do we activate it? Does the book tell us how?
It doesn't give like a step-by-step guide or anything.
Oh.
But it explores this potential through the example of Jesus.
Ah, so he was able to fully activate this divine resonance.
Right. And that's why he could do all those incredible things.
The miracles.
Exactly.
But the book is saying they weren't miracles, not in the traditional sense.
Right. More like demonstrations of a higher order of laws that we don't fully get yet.
Interesting.
So are they suggesting we could learn to walk on water too?
That's a big question. And I don't think the book claims to have all the answers.
Yeah.
But it does say we all have the potential to connect with this divine consciousness.
Okay. So we all have this potential.
And it gets even wilder. It brings the cosmos into the picture.
The cosmos? You mean like planets and stars?
Yeah. It says our DNA actually interacts with cosmic energies and planetary alignments.
Hold on. Isn't that like astrology?
Not in the horoscopes and star signs way.
Okay.
It's about planetary nodes and cosmic harmonics that can influence our consciousness and even our DNA.
So aligning with God also means aligning with the cosmic order.
Exactly. It's like a grand cosmic dance where everything is connected.
And we're not just watching, we're part of it.
Exactly. We, with our own unique DNA blueprint, are active participants in this dance.
So we're not just passive observers in the universe.
No way.
We can actually shape it through faith and by aligning with these cosmic energies.
That's a lot to take in, I know.
It really is. But I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Me too, and it's pretty amazing.
It is. But we've got to unpack all this a bit more. So much more to discuss.
Definitely. There's a lot to explore here.
This is getting really interesting. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So before we went to a break there, we were talking about faith and DNA and the cosmos. But divine resonance isn't all just, theories.
Right, it gets practical.
Yeah, like how does this all affect us? How can we use it?
Well, it basically wants us to see ourselves differently.
Differently how?
Not as just these bystanders in the universe, but active participant.
Active participants. Okay.
Yeah, it says we have the potential to co-create with God.
Co-create with God. Wow. Okay, hold on.
I know it's a big idea.
What does that even mean? Like, are we talking about, like, manifesting our dream lives?
Not exactly like wishing things into existence.
Okay.
It's saying that when our thoughts and beliefs and our actions too, when those things align with this divine consciousness, it can have a real impact on our lives and even on the world around us.
Yeah. So it's about what, like tapping into a creative force that's always there.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The book wants us to take responsibility
Responsibility for
our own lives, for our role in the big picture.
Okay, so it's less about waiting for a miracle and more about realizing we have a part to play in shaping our own reality.
Exactly. It challenges us to think, like, what if we could tap into this resonance fully? What could we accomplish?
That's a big question.
It is. What would our world look like then?
Okay, so that's a great goal, but how do we actually do that? How do we tap into this divine resonance and unleash our potential? Like, are there any specifics?
Well, the book suggests some things, some practices that can help us connect stronger with this divine consciousness. We talk about meditation and prayer and visualization.
Yeah.
But it also says gratitude is huge.
Gratitude. What does being thankful have to do with all this?
It's about shifting our energy.
From what to what?
From feeling lack to feeling abundance.
Yeah.
It's appreciating all the good things in our lives, even the little ones.
I think I get that. Like, when I focus on being thankful, it does feel like more good things happen.
Right. That's resonance in action. When we vibrate at that frequency of gratitude, we attract more to be grateful for.
Like a magnet.
Totally. It's a positive feedback loop,
Yeah, like choosing to focus on the good tunes out all the bad noise, and we can hear that divine frequency better.
Exactly. What else does the book suggest? Well, forgiveness is another big one.
Forgiveness?
Divine resonance says holding on to anger and resentment.
Yeah.
It blocks the flow of that divine energy. Forgiveness isn't just for the other person, it's for us.
To free ourselves from that negative stuff.
Exactly. It's not saying what happened was okay. It's about letting go of the pain that's holding us back.
Choosing peace over suffering. Yeah. We talked about nature, too.
Oh, yeah. Nature is big in this.
How so?
Nature's like a direct line to that divine energy. The book says to get outside, ground ourselves.
Ground ourselves how?
Just being in nature, feeling it, connecting with our senses.
Yeah.
Don't you feel more at peace after being outside?
Definitely. Like walking in the woods or by the ocean, it just washes away stress.
It's like nature heals us, and we are part of nature,
Like literally made of the same stuff as the trees and mountains.
Exactly. We're not separate from it all.
Yeah.
Spending time in nature reminds us of that.
Like plugging into a power source, a universal one.
That's a great way to put it. So gratitude, forgiveness, connecting with nature.
Yeah.
These are all things we can actually do in our normal lives to boost that divine resonance.
It's not about like becoming some kind of monk or anything.
Right. It's about making choices that align us with this energy, with this power that's all around us.
This is really making me think.
Me too. It's a powerful idea. And I think that's the beauty of this book.
What is?
It gives us real tools, real insights that we can use
in our everyday life
to create a better life for ourselves and for everyone around us.
I like that. This conversation has been so eye-opening. We've barely scratched the surface of divine resonance, though.
I know, right? There's so much more to explore.
Definitely. It's a book that makes you want to keep digging deeper.
Keep peeling back those layers of reality and seeing what's really there.
Uncovering the potential we all have. This has been incredible. So much food for thought.
It's been great chatting with you. I hope our listeners feel inspired.
Inspired to do what?
To explore these ideas for themselves, and to discover their own connection to the divine, whatever that looks like for them.
I love that. We've been on quite a journey with divine resonance, right?
It's been a wild ride for sure.
Faith as this force. Junk DNA not being junk at all.
And our connection to the whole cosmos.
It's a lot to take in, but the book says we can actually use this divine resonance.
Yeah, in our own lives.
Make it practical. So where do we even start?
Divine resonance puts a lot of emphasis on intention.
Intention.
It's saying that our thoughts and beliefs, they're not just things happening in our heads.
Oh.
They're powerful. They can actually shape our reality.
Huh. Like, have you ever noticed how, like, if you're in a bad mood, it seems like everything goes wrong that day?
Oh, yeah, totally. But when you're feeling good, things just seem to work out.
Exactly. So the book is saying we can use that, like, consciously.
Yeah, by setting clear intentions. It's not just thinking positive, it's believing it, feeling it deep down.
And then, what, like taking action?
Exactly. Align our actions with what we want.
So we're not just letting life happen to us, we're actively creating it.
That's the idea. The book wants us to take charge,
Mm.
shape our reality.
Okay, but intention, is that all it takes?
Well, it suggests a few practices that can help. We already talked about meditation, prayer,
Right.
visualization, but gratitude is another big one.
Gratitude. How does that fit in?
The book says that when we focus on what we're grateful for,
Hmm.
it shifts our energy from, like, scarcity to abundance.
Mm.
We start to see all the good things we already have.
I've noticed that in my own life. Like, when I make an effort to be thankful,
Yeah,
things just seem to flow better.
exactly. It's like you're tuning into that abundance frequency and attracting more good stuff.
Okay, so gratitude is like a magnet.
It is. And it creates this positive feedback loop. The more you're grateful, the more you have to be grateful for.
It's like choosing to see the beauty around us instead of focusing on what's missing.
That's a great way to put it. And along with gratitude, forgiveness is super important too.
Forgiveness. We talked about that a little before, but how does that help us tap into this divine resonance?
Divine resonance says that holding on to anger or resentment,
Hmm.
it's like a blockage. It stops us from fully accessing our potential.
So it's not about letting the other person off the hook, it's about freeing ourselves.
Exactly. It's recognizing that holding on to that anger, that resentment, it hurts us more than anyone else.
Yeah, choosing peace over suffering, even when it's hard.
It's not easy, but it's powerful. And remember how we talked about spending time in nature?
Yeah, nature's like a reset button for me.
It's amazing, right? The book says nature is a powerful reminder of how connected we all are
To each other.
to everything. Spending time outdoors helps us quiet our minds, reconnect with our senses.
It's like all the stress just melts away.
Totally. We are a part of nature, not separate from it.
Made of the same stuff as the trees and the stars.
Exactly. So being in nature is like coming home to ourselves, remembering who we really are.
It's like recharging our batteries, but with like universal energy.
That's a great analogy. So
Yeah.
gratitude, forgiveness, nature,
Yeah.
these are all things we can do every day to cultivate that connection to the divine.
We don't have to like go live in a cave or anything.
Right. It's about making conscious choices, shifting our perspective, remembering our power.
This deep dive into divine resonance has been mind-blowing. I feel like I'm seeing the world in a whole new light.
It's definitely challenged some of my assumptions about faith and science.
Me too. And you know what? It's given me hope.
Hope for what?
Hope that we're not just these powerless beings. We have the ability to shape our reality, to create a better world.
I love that. And I think that's the ultimate message of divine resonance.
What is?
That we're not just observers in this grand cosmic play. We're co-creators. We have this incredible potential within us just waiting to be unlocked.
Well said. So, to everyone listening, if you're ready to explore these ideas, to challenge your own beliefs, to tap into your own divine resonance, I highly recommend checking out this book.
It's a journey worth taking.
It is. And remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.